Hello everybody, it's Rhonda here from Nelson Soapery. Today we're going to be doing our Sunday chat, of course, and our Sunday chat today is going to be all about products, testing, making them, and so on. Hopefully my internet's good today. It's been a bit naughty lately, but my husband did fix it for me. So let's get into it. I'm going to put my glasses on so that I can read anything that any of you say, because without them I can't see things. But anyway, I'm sure none of you mind. So I hope you're having a nice Sunday. It's beautiful and sunny in Melbourne today, even though it is near winter. So now, like I said, let's get into our chat and talk about this, because this is something that a lot of people do ask me questions about. Oh, hi Carly, I'm doing well, my darling. I wasn't sure if you'd be at a market or not today, because lots of people are at markets. One of my daughters is at a market today. She has a little market stall. So now we're going to be talking about making your products, the fails and successes, and how you can, what you can actually do to help yourself in that situation. Good morning, Michelle. I hope your arm is doing okay, lovely, because I know your poor little arm is not good. And I know what that's like, because I've had a really bad hand from having an operation as a young child. So yeah, I definitely get what that's like. Good morning, Kim. 9 a.m. where you are, Kim. Wow, you are very good and up early. Oh no, Carly, I hope you're okay. Injured at work. Wow, I've had that before. I had sciatica once from lifting a marble table. So that wasn't a good thing at all. Oh, how are you tonight, Soap Chef? That's right, because if you're in the US or the UK, it's probably nighttime, because we are always a day in front of everybody being in Australia. So now let's get going, everybody, on it. So of course I have my little list that I always write and do a bit of research. So now, due to a few things lately, I thought let's talk about making new products, why you would make new products, and how you're going to formulate those products, and think, well, maybe this is a good seller, maybe it's not. Before you make anything, you really do need to do a bit of research. And I know saying that everyone's going to go, oh God, because we all just don't want to do research. It's annoying, it takes time, it costs money, it's products, I get it. And that's why, as I always say, you need to have room in your products, because when you're selling a product, say you're selling, I don't have anything in front of me, but all right, say I'm going to sell this cream here that's in this bottle. Say you think, well, okay, it might cost you $5 to make, you're going to sell this for $6. Well, no, you'll have no money. So this is the thing that I do want to say. Hi, Mark, how are you? When you're, you've got your products and things like that, you need to have extra room. So if you want to make, so I'm going to just pretend, if you want to make $5 for this, then basically you need to add more money on, because remember, you have to test this, which costs money and all of that. So that's why when you see products online and people say 20% off, it's really not 20%, like it is, but oh no, you got COVID, you poor loves. I keep saying to my husband, I can't believe we haven't had it. I mean, but we don't go out that much. We're a bit sad, really. So, but yeah, so that's what you need to do. Hi Trish, how you going, my love? I hope you're feeling better soon. So with these, always allow extra money, because that has to do with your testing. So the same with candles. If you're making candles, it's important to leave money within your product. So when I say that, like I said, if you want to make $5, you need to add another $1 or $2 for your testing. Oh, that's what you said, Trish. Yeah, I know. I think we're all going to end up with COVID eventually, aren't we? Let's be honest. But, I try my best. That's all I can do. But I've been very lucky. So fingers crossed that it's still going to be lucky for me. So yeah, so like I said, making products. So first of all, when you're going to make a new product, you need to think, why are you going to make it? Is it something that you think people want? Or is it just something you want to make? So, and that's fine if you just want to make it, but you do need to ask yourself, is it going to sell? Because it's no good making a product that you think, oh, this is going to be so much fun, and then you can't sell it. If you had a YouTube channel or a TikTok which made you money and you're going to just make something for them, that would be different, because in the end, let's be honest, that does make you money because people watch it and then you get money from that, or they might buy a product from that, especially if you're on TikTok. So that's something I'll say. Hello, Karen. Welcome, my love. So yeah, so that's why making products. Now, the one thing that I have been asked so much for is a magnesium cream. So I am in the middle of formulating one. I will bring a recipe out on that one. And that is going to be for my son-in-law. He actually wants a magnesium cream, and my mother-in-law wants it too. So I thought, look, I'm just going to have a go. Well, I don't know whether I'll ever sell it. It might just be for me or for my family, but I'll do a two-phased cream as well. So, but you know, that's the thing. When lots of people ask for it, then you go, okay, well, if I've had lots of requests, maybe it's going to be a good seller, and then you can put it onto your line. But don't do what I did at the start and have hundreds of products. It's really hard to keep up with. Honestly, it's hard on so many levels. So I would say don't do that. If you do wholesale, that might be different. If you have a wholesale client that says, hey, I'm going to buy 100 of them, I would definitely make that for them if they were looking at it from that side of it, definitely. But, and that's what I have done for a lot of clients that buy my soap. I make special ones. Oh, magnesium cream. So basically what it is a lot of us don't have enough magnesium in our body. So when your joints are sore and all of that, I'm not saying 100% this is it, but sometimes it means that it might be a magnesium thing, especially for sports people. So basically if you put the cream, you're making lots of it too. Yeah, if you're using, so if you're making the cream and everything for the, you know, your magnesium cream, it can just help with all of that. So lots of people do ask for it. It's honestly not that hard to make. And I have sort of thought for a while I'll do it, but it's really not that hard. But yeah, it's just really for bad sore muscles and joints and aches and stuff like that. And it's just a really good thing to have. So basically when you use the flakes, it's, you know, times 4 to 8 times what you would get in a tablet. So because you're putting that directly onto your skin and your skin's going to absorb it, especially if you use things like glycerin, then that actually helps your body absorb it more. When you got, you know, your two-phase water. So when we say two-phased, it means like one, you know, in one container like this, you might have your waters, and then in the other side, sorry, I'm looking at my screen thinking, why is this saying uploaded? But it must be my other video. Hello, Lisa. Welcome, darling. So, yeah, so in two-phased cream, you'd have one which is your water base, which is have your water and things. The other one will have your oils and your thickeners and so on in. So, and then you mix them together, you combine them and put your preservative in after. So, basically, that's the, if I can give you a shortcut to it, that's basically the shortcut. But, of course, there's a lot more involved than that. But, you know, and the magnesium gets melted into the water. It just dissolves, really. You know, it's quite easy to do. But anyway, like I said, I will bring out a bit of a video on that later on. But, you know, that's the thing. Because I've been asked so much for it, I thought, look, I'll make it. But as I said, this is going to be for my family. I don't know if I'll sell. Maybe I will, but I don't know. At this stage, it's not for that. Oh, that's okay, Kim, no problem. Yeah, when I first started, I thought, what is the hype of magnesium? But, you know, yeah, so, but my son-in-law is right into CrossFit training and all of that. So, you know, he really loves all that kind of side. So, you know, a lot of the trainers use magnesium creams and oils. And when they say magnesium oil, it's not really an oil. It's just magnesium in water. So that's basically what it is. But they call it oil, but it's actually not an oil. So if anyone ever goes looking for it, which I did, sillily, I said, why can't I find this oil? And then I thought, yeah, anyway, after research, I found out, well, there isn't one. It's basically, you know, your crystals of your magnesium, and then you pop them in the water. So, yeah, it's as simple as that. Yeah, you do need to try that, Karen. Yeah, I know. And my family actually have really bad, you know, like, I don't know what you call it, you know, the blood in your legs and that are not very good, and varicose veins. And I've heard it's very good for that too. So, but once again, you know, disclaimer, I'm not a chemist. I'm not promising that anything's going to happen, but there is a belief behind it. So we'll leave it at that. So, and never promise anyone anything because, you know, we're not licensed to do that. So that's the one thing that I always say. We're not chemists and we're definitely not licensed. So, yeah, don't promise that. Oh, you put it on every night and it does help. Yeah, well, that's great. So it's worth it then, isn't it? So now we're going to talk about failures and successes. So now this is a good thing. Now a lot of times, you know, and you'll hear lots of soapers say they made soap at volcanoed and whatever. Now when something volcanoes, everyone goes, oh my God, no. But in a way it's good, because then you know what you've done and you can go back and, you know, reformulate. Or, you know, say, okay, you might have said, well, you know, I soaked it too hot. You know, I didn't let the oils cool down. So then you know for next time. So don't ever think that a failure is just a disaster. It's often not. It's teaching you for the next bit. And I look at it, it's a bit like testing. Because, you know, there's so many things that you test and you do. And I mean, I test so many things. And I will tell you, on Patreon, I did a workshop, and my workshop was fine, but it, you know, we did a rose cream, which is basically the cream in here. And I didn't even have my glasses on when I wrote the water content, and I wrote the water content too much, and it was very liquidy, and I thought, oh no. But anyway, I did have to redo it, and I re-gave the formula. So this is what it's like, and it's fine. And that's using the rose water that we made. Yeah, it's great learning new things, isn't it, Karen? You know, my great aunt lived till she was 101, and she used to say, you're never too old to learn. So, you know, 100% agree with that. But yeah, so don't ever say, you know, like, even if you're doing a YouTube and something doesn't work, I'm never afraid to go, oh, bugger, I messed that up, you know, I messed the water bit up. And then, of course, on Patreon, I gave the new recipe with the right water content in it. But either way, the cream still worked. It just wasn't as thick as I wanted. So, you know, it was still fine. But that's what I want to say. Don't ever be upset with yourself that's not going to work, and so on. And I will tell you all something that I'm in the middle of doing. At the moment, what I've been thinking about this for some time. You know how you can get your candle maker's book, and it has all of the sheets in the book to tell you how to make something and so on. I'm actually going to be making a similar one to that, but for soap and bath products. So this is on my mind. I did think I might look into that. We'll see what happens. But that's kind of what I'm thinking of doing, because I thought of that and thought it would be so handy for soapers to have a book just to write that in so they know what they're doing. And it'd be the same as, you know, when you test candles, you like the wick, the burn, you know, your burn pull. I mean, just so many things that you want to, you know, what does it smell like before and after, you know, when it's cured. So there's lots of things like that. So I thought maybe that would be a good idea. And when I do my test one of that, I will put it on Patreon so you guys can have it and tell me what you think of it, because things like that take a long time. Writing a book, I have done that before, so it can just take so long. So now, and that's what I was going to say on my next list is, you know, tweak it. So if it's not working, don't say, oh, this is a disaster. Maybe go back and tweak it. So, you know, if you're making a cream and it's not thick enough, tweak it. Then you might say, okay, we need to add some more waxes into this because, you know, some emulsifying waxes, maybe I didn't have enough. So, and that's the thing, you know, because all preservatives and emulsifying waxes have different amounts to use. They're all a little bit different. So that's something that I would say just tweak it a little bit and see how you go, and just make it in small batches, and then you go, okay, it's not so bad, it's good, or you know, and so on. So, and at the moment here in front of me, you can't see it, but this is my aloe vera gel. So I'm actually going to be making a cream, which is all my butters and so on here, and my emulsifying waxes. So I will be doing one of those later, an aloe vera based one. And I'm always formulating and testing as well. So now, one thing I was going to say, if you're not confident with formulating, the best thing to do is start with a base recipe that someone's given you. It might be someone on YouTube, or it might actually be somebody, you know, whether it's on YouTube or not, or it might be somebody that you just really find and you like, or a book, a recipe in a book. I would start with that and then slowly tweak it. So you might be able to change the butters in it, change, you know, there's things that you wouldn't, like if you were doing a cream, I would suggest to really leave the water at 70% is normal, 80% for a real watery cream. But, you know, everything else you can change. So you might be able to change the butters for different butters, oils for different oils. You might be able to change the water for rose water or aloe vera or something like that. But tweak the recipe just to suit you a little bit. So that would be my advice. definitely when you're doing something like that, it's best to find a base recipe and then go off that, because if you're not confident or you're not strong at formulating, it's really hard to start to formulate the whole thing yourself. And a trick for anyone that doesn't know, if you're making creams and things like that, your recipe needs to add up to 100%. So usually what you do is you would formulate it in a percentage. So you might say 70% water, 10% butter, 10% this, 4% that, and whatever, until it equals 100, and then convert that into grams. So, and if you're working off a 100-gram basis, it's not that hard, is it? So 10% usually is 10 grams in 100. So if that makes sense. But, you know, that's not really that hard. So you can definitely do something like that. So if you don't know that, because I actually didn't know that when I first started, I really wasn't aware that everything had to equal 100%. And, you know, just test. I mean, you know, you don't have to tell anyone all your fails or whatever, but just give it a go. I mean, you just don't know. Like, you really don't know how your formulations are going to change. And also, the same as making candles, I get a lot of people say to me, I'm making a candle, it doesn't smell good, like I've bought yours and yours are strong. And that's what I always say, that the fragrances are different. You know, like these are the main ones I use for fragrances. These are Pure Candle Supplies, and that is their luxury blend. So that is the most expensive blend they sell, which is $65 a bottle, but you can buy ones for $20 a bottle. Oh, you're so used to ounces. I know, and that's hard. And in Australia, we use grams, but there are converters. If you're in the US, there's definitely converters where you can convert it over. But I think grams is pretty easy. Well, that's right, Karen. You do learn a lot more. You know, if you bugger something up, you can just go, okay, that wasn't great. Damn, now I've got to try again. And look, I've made so many mistakes with things I've done, but that's how I've learnt. And, you know, I know that people watch me and they think everything I make is a success, but it's not true. I mean, there are some things that don't work, and then I'm like, damn it, I have to throw that out, or, you know, whatever. But, I mean, usually we use it mostly ourselves at home. But, you know, sometimes things just do go wrong. But don't ever feel like I'm a disaster at it or I can't do it. You can just try. And that's what I say. When I first started, my labels even were awful. They were not good. But I was proud of them because I was just starting. But as you get better and better, you realize how you need your labels to look or what your market is. So it's, you know, when we say failures, it's not just on formulations. It's also like on labels, on your packaging, how you're getting things out. These are all testing things. You know, like when I first started, I used to mail things out differently. And I used to package them. It was costing so much money. Whereas now, you know, I line the boxes with a foam sheet, and then I put the biodegradable peanuts in and so on. And honestly, I've only ever had one break, and it wasn't in Australia. It was sent to the US. It got all the way over to the US, and you wouldn't believe it. The candle and everything was fine. It was the soap. And you could tell somebody had ripped the box open because one of the customers sent it to me. They'd ripped the box open, and they obviously didn't like the soap because they didn't take it, but they broke it. And that's the whole thing, you know, like, so I never had a break. So if you're sending things, make sure they're packaged really well. And if you use like a bio foam wrap, it actually also insulates candles to keep them cooler because the sun's not directly on the box. It has layers. So that's why I personally prefer that as well. And there's lots of biodegradable options if you don't, you know, if you're worried about plastics or films. So just look into that. But like I said, that's also a part of testing. You've got to test how you send things and test. There might be certain things you don't send as well. Yeah, definitely, Kim. 100%. You know, grams are really accurate. That's why people use grams, you know. So because even in Australia, we use centimeters to measure things. But I'm a bit old school because I was brought up part of my time with my great aunt, and she was 100. So she would do everything in inches. So I always measure in inches. And here, that's very old school. Nobody does that here anymore. It's centimeters or millimeters. So, you know, you just got to kind of learn new things as you go along. But yeah, but what I wanted to say is don't feel scared to formulate. Now, if you're looking for a really good YouTuber, there's a couple that I'll give you. Tara Lee is one she's amazing. The only thing that I will say about Tara, like, I love her, I love watching her, but when I was first learning, I found it hard to understand what she was talking about. And the reason I found it hard is she uses a lot of words that are technical words. And when I was first starting, I couldn't watch her because I really did not understand what she meant. So I think she is good once you have a little bit of knowledge behind you. But one that I think is amazing if you know nothing at all is Whole Elise. So, which is WHOLE. Hi, Chris from Florida. How are you? Lovely. Yeah, old school works, Kim. You know, I'm nearly 50, so, you know. But, yeah, so if you're looking for somebody on YouTube that talks about formulation more than me, because, you know, I mean, although I know a little bit, I'm not going to say I'm a big professional on it. I'm not. But, you know, those two ladies were really, really good. Yeah, I really love Tara. I do. I love her. And I've watched, you know, probably 1,000 hours of her. So many hours. Oh, I'm 56, Kim. Oh, well, you're beating me just a little bit, you know. But, yeah, so from Tara, like, she's good. But like I said, I didn't understand a lot of the technical. And, like, when she was talking about waxes, she was talking about, you know, all the different ones and, you know, the polar waxes, preservatives, but she'd use all the scientific names, whereas Whole Elise doesn't. She actually will tell you why you're using it, the benefits, and so on. And they're both quite big YouTubers, but that's when I first started, I watched Whole Elise more. Now I watch Tara quite a bit, but I'd say I lean more to Elise because I just think she's really good at explaining it. Her videos are short, clean, and to the point. So, you know, not that I care. I mean, I watch videos that are an hour long. But, yeah. So, anyway, but those two are really good. Another one, Bumblebee and Me. Or is it Humble? I can't remember. One of you will tell me. But she is very good. Yeah, Whole Elise is amazing. I really love her. I, you know, really love her channel. And her easy way of explaining it, I just really enjoy watching her. And she comes up with, it's not just, you know, creams. She does so many different things, you know, things that I wouldn't even think about making. And things that I have made just for my family being on her channel. So, yeah, so she's really good. Humblebee and Me. I always say it wrong. Yes, she is amazing too. And really good. But once again, I kind of feel that sometimes it's a little bit scientific and a bit more of an advanced level with her too. But I do really love her. And I think if you watch her long enough, you'll start to understand those terms. But for real newbie beginners, I definitely say start with Whole Elise. Yeah, that's right, Karen. Yeah, so, you know, Whole Elise, if you start with her and then you can watch her and the other two, I think that will give you lots and lots of ideas with formulations. And most of them do have like little encyclopedias within their channel, and they'll have links where you can go into their blogs and understand the formulation side a bit more, especially if you're dabbling in creams. But do remember, everyone, especially if you're in Australia, when you have creams, you do need to write use by dates. They do not last forever. The same as, you know, body butters don't, because they can become rancid. But, you know, generally body butters are going to be fine because they just last so long. But, yeah, if it's going to be a cream, you know, honestly, 6 months is really the limit is what I would put on it. And you need vitamin E, and that stops it going rancid and the oil's going all funny in those as well. And I am also bringing out a full goat's milk recipe tutorial, which is coming onto YouTube, my video. But it's taken 2.5 days to download. So it's taken such a long time to download. And that's with me using, instead of using any water content, the whole lot is goat's milk. So, and that's with rosemary and lavender as well in that one. So, and using some clays to color it rather than any micas or anything like that to keep it really natural. So that is one that I'll show as well. So hopefully you all enjoy that one as well. But today it's going to be a short and sweet video. So that's what I'm up to this Sunday. I thought I would just do a quick one this Sunday and talk about all that. So I hope that this has been a little bit helpful, and I've given you a couple other YouTubers to go and have a look at if you want to understand formulating a little bit more. But at the conference that we're having, we are going to be having somebody doing something amazing like that. I can't give it away yet, but I will definitely give that away. So we will have some really fun workshops at the 2023 conference. So if you haven't got your ticket for that, go over and have a look, and we will slowly release names. So just make sure you're on the email list so you can see the names that will be released of people that will be really, really amazing at the conference, the Australian Soaping and Candle Conference in 2023. And yes, the other one has only finished maybe 3 weeks ago, but we have been on to the new one already for months. So, you know, working behind the scenes takes hundreds and hundreds of hours talking to people and getting speakers and so on involved in the gala event. So anyway, that is a little bit from me. So I hope you have an amazing Sunday or Saturday night if you're in the US, the UK, other countries that are a little bit behind Australia. And I will see you next Sunday, but you will see me, you'll see a video from me hopefully tonight or tomorrow morning, as long as it loads and hurries itself up. Yes, you did, Jill, but I'm sure you can watch this back, lovely. Oh, looking forward to the conference, Sheree. Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing you too, lovely. Make sure you come up and give me a big hug. So, yeah, and you'll see me March next year in Brighton, which is very, very exciting. It's a 2-day event next year, so it's going to be much bigger than this year was. Anyway, good night and goodbye, everyone. See you next time. Bye.